Hello everybody, this is Tony Molishero with the first episode of Mod Support. And without further delay, let's get things rolling. So what's missing from Doom 2016? I mean, it has a great single-player experience, the multiplayer is okay. Some people like it, some people don't. And of course we have, Snap Map. This is obviously id's answer to Halo 5's Forge. In concept, it allows a high degree of creativity by allowing users to snap together pre-made blocks to form a map. It's in the name. It's also not dissimilar to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2's Park Editor, and it is a great feature for console players. It's easy to use with a controller. That's probably why it was developed in the first place. Any feature that allows content creation will always add a little bit of longevity to a game. However, Snap Map on the PC doesn't make much sense as it is more limiting than expansive. It traded the game development ideology of allowing players total freedom over the game for a lockdown system that puts far too many limitations on a more powerful platform. When they made the announcement of Snap Map, my jaw was ajar, and not from excitement. And you know they didn't have to rub salt in the wound with this preface.
You see, traditionally, we provided our tools to a community of players with the knowledge and ability to create additional content, and their work has inspired us.
You bastards. Sure, they say that you have virtually unlimited possibilities when it comes to layout and variety, but that remains to be seen. How many different layouts can one possibly make, and how many variations of texture and style are we able to employ? Why is it that we are limited to 4 people playing on any custom map? That doesn't sound like unlimited to me. Sounds more like locking systems down as a way of pushing DLC over unique player-made content. Why wouldn't they at least allow us to make our own Snap Map objects or make custom textures and models? Give us something worthwhile, because I guarantee the multiplayer isn't scoring any long play awards. What the actual fuck, id? The last thing I would have imagined with Bethesda acquiring id Software was to get rid of mod support altogether. I just hope that I'm not the only one pissed off about it. It could have really made something legendary beyond the single-player cake we were able to inject. Which brings me to what is, in my opinion, one of the greatest games ever made. Doom 3 shipped with the same SDK id used to create the game. This included a level editor, GUI editor, and a scripting engine. It also allowed players to completely change the game from map, textures, models, sounds, and gameplay. All you had to do was open the console within the game and type editor. That's it, and as stated before, it came shipped with the game as a feature. Doom 3 pushed the envelope for not only graphics, but the amount of freedom it gave to modders. It was a beautiful piece of software. And I loved it. But in particular, I really liked that I could pre-render the scene to see how it looked before compiling and launching the game, saving me precious minutes that I could use to work on the map instead of waiting for the microwave to pop. It was fast, easy to use, and fully featured. I put in several hundred hours into that editor, and I can't tell you how many times I recreated the first level of Ultimate Doom. Of course, I'm looking back with nostalgia goggles, and I know the majority probably couldn't give a shit, but without mod support, quite frankly, Doom 2016 wouldn't exist. The gameplay is based off of Brutal Doom, with a not-so-dark visual art style of Doom 3, mind you. This new Doom would be completely different if it weren't for Brutal Doom. It also begs the question of how many copies of Doom 1 and 2 it sold as a direct result of Brutal. There's no denying that a good mod can garner interest for a game it would otherwise never have. Take DayZ Mod for example. DayZ Mod sold more copies of Arma 2 than Arma 2 was able to do by itself. Myself and several of my friends bought the game for just that, and it was well worth the price of admission. DayZ pushed Bohemia Interactive into the mainstream, and DayZ became its own product, making millions of dollars for the company. Let's also not forget that Valve later released several player-made mods such as Counter-Strike and Team Fortress as their own standalone products, and they became some of the most profitable releases the industry has ever seen. But these days, it's all about selling that season pass and locking shit down to a point where there's only one place to get new content. The funny thing is, DLC can supplement mod support by adding more assets the user can play around with. It also means that mods can have that DLC as a requirement to play, meaning more dollars exchanging hands towards the developer. DayZ required the expansion Operation Arrowhead to play. It's also $20. I'm gonna let you do the math. There is light on the horizon though. GTA 4 and 5 doesn't have any official mod support. However, people are able to brute force mods to the game by cracking the encrypted game files. And some of those mods are pretty incredible. Maybe that's possible with Doom 2016. At the very least, the game is good, so the market is there. We will only have to wait and see. For now, however, that's all I have to say on the subject. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to rate and please subscribe for more mod support.